most of large companies, which are the leaders in their industries, trade at a premium relative to their competitors because of size and scope. Our company trades at a discount to our competitors because of our size and scope. And the primary reason is, the question is, among shareholders and investors, is how does a big company with very high market share, 62 to 63% gross margins, keep growing? And I'll try to kind of put into this conversation the frame of that discussion. It's just early days in the end of our last quarter, so everything that I'll say has no indication as to how the most recent quarter looks. But we'll start off with the fundamental. And this has been very true since I started with Cisco, and I actually watched a major market transition. But the company does focus on trying to drive growth in the networking industry, and what we've done by finding those transitions in which real things change, real big markets change. The company, actually, when I joined, it was a routing company. We did quite well, actually. As you probably know, it was founded by two professors here at Stanford University who understood how to converge protocols. When I joined in 1994, we were a routing company, and there was this new technology which was shifting into switching, where that was actually a thing we hated. We hated hubs. We liked routing. And we actually bought a company called Crescendo Communications to get us into that space. Our customers told us that's the company to buy. If you want us, said actually Boeing in Seattle, if you want us to buy this stuff from you, buy Crescendo, and we'll buy it from you. It was a good advice. We bought Crescendo. Our stock went down 38% the next day. And today, the engineers in Crescendo Communications, Mario Mazzola, Prem Jain, Luca Caffiero, and others, have been responsible for the most profitable high-tech company in the world. We have about a $20 billion switching business that generates the highest profits in our company, and they've done it 3 times. They've built a company inside of Cisco. We acquired that company. They did a string of pearls acquisition. They then left, did another smart startup and get us into the storage network business. They then left, and we did another small startup to get us into the server business, where we're now number 2, and you see IBM retracting from that business and Dell retrenching, and they're doing a third and a fourth. And that's basically a model which is interesting, which is an acquisition, great engineering talent, catching a market transition, and then actually delivering that into the distribution engine of a company that can service customers worldwide. Market transitions and customer driven. That's the 2 things that I think have allowed us to be successful and get to where we are today. I'm not going to touch on these transitions. You're all aware of these transitions. The shift of devices to a mobile platform, the shift of computing platforms and delivery platforms to cloud and virtualized infrastructure, the massive change in applications and how applications are built and delivered, the huge opportunity, which we may not all be aware of today, of the Internet of Things as we get ready to connect all the things that aren't connected, which is about 99.2% of the things in the world aren't yet connected. We've only connected PCs, mobile phones, and televisions, and there are trillions of other things that haven't been connected in what we would probably see as the next huge development of the Internet. And then obviously this area of analytics and data and turning massive amounts of information into insight. So those are the transitions we focus on today as a company. Customer benefits are very clear. If you kind of drill that one down a little bit, what's our model for going after these acquisitions? And I'll tell you a couple of stories that put that model into context. But basically, in some cases, we just plain build the stuff. We have 28,000 engineers. They're located in development centers around the world. 10,000 are in India today. 8,000 to 10,000 are in San Jose in the South Bay. And they're in development centers around the world. We focus on those transitions. We're market leader in many categories, so that engine has to turn and continue to drive innovation. But one thing I would tell you is that I think it's actually really hard for a group that has 70% market share, maybe does $8 billion, to actually disrupt themselves. And sometimes that becomes a real challenge. And maybe we could talk about ways in which big groups who have very successful businesses, in our case, the most profitable and successful and highest market share in their categories, but then transitions come along to disrupt them.